Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Fully Electric. This is going to be a super short video today. Basically, I bought 6 of these Canon 3S, and I really like these miner. I gave most of them away as gift to a different family member. I do have 2 here at the house. One I made a video on about 5 months, a little over 5 months ago, when the OEM power supply that I got was a replacement one that I got died. And this is also another replacement one that I did around the same time. And this replacement one just died too as well. While there's a third party power supply I did find for the Canon, specifically it's safe for the Canon 3Ss and so forth. I've not died during that time, and it's going a little bit over 5 months now, and I'm going to make a 6-month update video on that one once you get 6 months, and probably do a year. So far, basically, I don't know why these things dies, but whatever. Anyway, so it's going to be a super short video. Let me just show you here. Yeah, when you plug this thing in, nothing happens, you know, so it's just dead. I don't know it. And the funny thing is the light is still on in this thing, so you think it's working or something, but it's very misleading because it's not. And all of my Canon, even the ones I give to a family member, we check them, and the connector here has no issues. They don't overheat and so forth, and they don't really get hot. I'm assuming when people complain about these things getting hot here is because they didn't push the cable in all the way in. Because you can push it in and it feels like it's in and it's only a little bit halfway. But you have to firmly make sure it goes straight in. Or maybe just gotten undone over time, and then you just, you know, if you're not having a solid connection, yeah, it will get overheated. But the gauge cable that Canon ship with these PSU here are proper. They're proper cables, so they can sustain that wattage. All right, let's just make this real quick. I'm just going to, I mean, I think I showed you guys already, you know, plug it in and nothing happens. So, and the light is on. I'm going to do the same thing here with this bad boy. And thank goodness, it's a power supply. And this is the one I mentioned I bought a little over 5 months ago from the HKY on Amazon. And of course, it has the proper voltage and proper protocol to make all the adjustment as the miner requires it. So you can't just use any USB power supplies with these Canon miner to get full hash rate, because they actually runs off PD protocol, which allows them to select the voltage from the PDU, and this thing will then adjust its output voltage to match based on what the device is requesting. So it's a very smart, these are smart actually PDUs or anything with the PD protocols. And let's plug this in real quick. Give me a sec. Okay, so I just plugged it in. I'm trying to save on time to make this video super short. I'm trying to see how short I can make videos. Anyway, so here we go. It's plugged in on that side, and we're going to basically do the same thing here. Pop this guy in, make sure it's firmly in, and so forth. Now, once you do that, oh, okay. This bad boy, making some weird noise. Okay, maybe I need to clean those fans too. But yeah, now it finally powers on, and we'll watch this. I believe the last time I did the video and we had this powering the unit, it took about 5 minutes or so before you see the full hash rate here gets reflected. I'm going to see if I can try and save on some time, and we'll watch it power up. I got the IP here, so I'll grab the laptop in the meantime while this is running. You take note of the time, 11:24. Is that the right time? Okay. But anyway, so give me a sec. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. That was like, let's see, 24, 26, 2 minutes. So I'm going to cut again. I'm just making you guys see that it jumped to 3. Then it's going to go to like 4, then 5 or something, and then 6. But save on time on the video. Did have the iPad here, so I'm going to show you how to log in and see in the dashboard at the same time. Okay, let's see here. Hopefully you guys catch that. I was trying to time it because it's not sure if I got it on time. But based on the time we started to end it was almost like 4 to 5 minutes. Anyway, it did hit the appropriate hash. Let me bring it a bit closer here. So as you guys can see, that's 6.3. And this power supply here works perfectly fine. So on my 6 months update video for this guy, which is going to be next month, definitely going to put a full recommendation on this. Because again, it does not get hot at all. It gets just a little warm to the touch, but it does not get hot. All right, so I mean, let's call it, because that's really it for today. I wanted to make a little update on the BCH block that I hit. I want to show the difficulty and so forth. So maybe before we wrap this video up, I'll just add that at the end. But yeah, this Canaan unit, I mean, I love their product, but I do hope the new version that they're working on, that they either reach out to whoever these guys are, because Canaan doesn't really make the power supply, right? It's made by another manufacturer, and it's white labeled for them. So if they can just switch manufacturers and just use someone else that's more reliable, it will make their product go a long way. All right, and that's really it today. Oh yeah, I did promise to probably show you guys some numbers on the last block I hit. So let me grab the laptop here and move it in. Okay, so let me switch this real quick. Yeah, by the way, that was a log on screen for the 3S. I'm gonna make this video short. Anyway, so hope you guys can see. Here we have the Octa X, where I hit the first BCH block back in April. And as you can see, it's 8.95T. And then the QX++ I recently hit had a difficulty of 11.7T. So this unit is basically the standard one that has a barrel jack. I personally love them. I don't really care about barrel jack or not. And as you can see, it's just in about 3 weeks it's been up, and I have not restarted it yet since boot. So I do reboot the miners around every 2 weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks, and so forth. And the pool I reboot every 2 to 3 months. Don't need to keep them continuously running that way. So that's really about it. This is, I believe, all I wanted to show, because I did not show that. The second thing I wanted to show too, I believe, was the latency, and I haven't done any land mod or anything like that. This doesn't have any of that. So if I go here, you don't see any kind of land mod nonsense on this unit. Now, granted, land mod is quite awesome because it's good to have the LAN port on the device, but what I find is if you actually have your frequency track locked down specifically for these miner on a dedicated Wi-Fi, you can get very, very good latency here. And if you look, this is right now it's showing 1.8. Typically go between 1.4, 1.5. I think I've seen 2.1 at time per second. And yeah, with probably a LAN adapter, maybe it will stick at 1 milliseconds, but I'm not sure. But either way, that's just what I want to show there, where you know, the unit itself performed precisely well. All right, guys, this is Full Electric signing off, and see you guys on the next one.